Alright boys, we're back for another video, and if you clicked on this video, I assume either one, you made a horrible mistake, or two, you're trying to prevent a horrible mistake. Which, if you did make a horrible mistake, I want to say it's okay. Every man goes through it. Most men, for that matter, unless they have a black swan event. But that's besides the point. Alright, you're here right now, and I'm here to split game, so let's get into it. Alright, you don't want to pull a David. You don't want to pull a Solomon. You don't want to pull any person in the Bible who cheats on his wife or like just falls into lust, etc. Right? You want to be more like Joseph. Okay, and for those of you who don't know, Joseph, he was in Genesis. He was a young, handsome man, and this story comes up a lot. I think about it a lot. Is he was tempted by his master's wife numerous times, and he was able to lock in and understand that he shouldn't do that. Okay, and it's not just cheating, but oftentimes if you're a man of God, you're going to have temptations be thrown at you, lustful temptations, and those temptations, they're not going to be your future wife. It's not going to be good for you. There's no point in doing it. And if you have an outsider's point of view to it, like if it was your buddy who was a man of God and, he was falling for a girl just because of her honkers or whatever. This is a weird video I'm making, but falling in love because of her assets. We'll go with that, her assets, right? Instead of her personality. From an outsider's point of view, you'll be like, yo, bro, you're a dummy. What are you doing? Wake up. Don't you see the red flags? Don't you see that she parties all night? Don't you see that she's doesn't have a relationship with God? Don't you see that she has 10 guy best friends? Don't you see that, she's hanging out with Tyrone a lot, right? As an outside point of view, it's easy to spot that. However, when it comes to yourself, you're much more blinded. All right, you are much more blinded, and I know this because it's the same way in business or life in general. You feel as though you give really good advice to your buddies. Like when they come and they ask you for advice, you give them the full, honest truth. However, if it was yourself coming for advice, you treat it completely differently, right? You don't do the obvious thing. You overthink it a ton and you guess it, and it makes a big thing out of nothing. All right, you genuinely do that because I've done it and I know that you guys do it. It's the same thing with girls, right? Um, it's easy as an outsider to be like, yo, whatever, Bill, bro, wake your ass up. You're just liking her because of her assets, right? But when you're in that position, and oftentimes you will be in that position because if you're on the journey that I'm on, where you're starting a business, you have a good physique, you're growing closer to the Lord, you're going to be a prize man, okay? And if you're not right now, that's okay. It's only inevitable before all the girls start coming after you. And I feel like you're my grandma saying that, like, oh, you're going to be a heartbreaker one day. But it's true. It's genuinely true. When you're on this path, girls will flock to you eventually. When you start seeing success and focusing on yourself, you will see girls come and flock to you. It's like that age-old saying, build a beautiful garden and the butterflies will come. You will have many types of women want you, even if you are locked up. All right, even if you have a girlfriend, even if you have a wife. All right, many girls will want to be with you because you are a prized possession. You're a prized man. All right, and you have to be careful in that situation that you don't fall for, like I said, the girl who just has assets and has nothing else. Because I've seen it happen to my friends who are Chads way too many times. And it's happened to me way too many times where, I could have the girl with a good personality and, I could actually envision her being with my wife. But instead, I go and I link up with the girl who has, the rocking body because I'm a dummy blinded by lust. Okay, so you don't want to be blinded by lust. All right, and it's the same thing when you do have a relationship, right? You don't want to cheat on your spouse. I hope not. If you do, you should probably click off my videos or probably pray and turn to Jesus, right? Because this is not the channel for you. But where was I going with that? You're going to be a prized possession, right? And there's going to be lustful attacks, whether you have a girlfriend, whether you have a wife, or whether you're single, right? And if you're on the path, girls are going to want to flock to you. And I want you to have that precaution of not falling into lust, because David was the most powerful man in the Bible and he fell into lust, right? And there's a very simple way not to fall into lust. And I actually found this from Hamza, but who I'm really not that big of a fan of anymore. But when you think about it, it's actually really smart. And I think I am going to sneeze here. Maybe. Jeez. Alright, I think that's one done. But there was a petition in the UK. There was a petition in the UK for cereal. Okay? Because we all know cereal isn't good for you. We all know it has all these additives and everything. But it's marketed towards younger kids. Okay? You know, the bright neon color boxes with the cute, mascots. But the petition was, instead of to have all that, like, to market it towards kids, it's going to be white boxes. And it's going to say the name of it. So, say Cinnamon Toast Crunch, right? White, plain white box, name Cinnamon Toast Crunch. And on the bottom, or on the front of the box, is all the additives. So, I don't know what's in Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Alright, let's see here with my milk. But, like fruit juice, leaf extract, cellulose gel, potassium. I know some of this stuff's good. But point is, it would have all those nasty additives on the front of the box with the Cinnamon Toast Crunch. And it would have no cute flippin' mascot. It would have no colorful colors. It would just be a plain white box. And this would, in theory, help the kids not be attracted to the cereal, and they'll stay away from it. Alright? Now, you have to use that same thinking with girls. Okay? You cannot fall for them just because they have a nice rack or a nice behind. Alright? Or, whatever. Whatever you're into, bro. I don't know. It's 2025. There's some weird stuff out there. Alright? But you can't fall for them for that. So, whenever you see a girl, because I also see a lot of young men falling in love with a girl just because of her looks, and he knows nothing about her. That's not good. That's not good. It's really not good, because you start fantasizing about her. And I was the same way. When I couldn't pull, like, every crush of mine was my future wife in my head, right? We were getting married, having 10 kids, whole ordeal, which is not good. All right? But you need to strip these women down. Alright, you need to look at them as a blank canvas. Okay, like cereal boxes. Like, nothing on them. Alright, get rid of the rack, get rid of the behind, get rid of the face, get rid of everything. Everything. And then target it towards her personality. Okay, get to know her. Get to know her personality. And you will find very quickly if she is wife quality or not. Alright, ask her things. What are her goals? Alright, if she doesn't have goals, and you're watching this video, probably not going to be your wife. Alright, you tell her you're going to read later, or you're going to watch not self-improvement videos, you're going to go to the gym, or you're going to meditate, or whatever, and she gives you a weird look. That's probably not your wife, right? You tell her, I go to church every Sunday, and she gives like, oh, that's nice. Probably not your wife, man. And then, when you strip all of them away and it's blank canvas, and you find out that your personality doesn't match with her, number one, it's a lot easier to not obsess over and have these fantasies and everything. But number two, that's how you stop falling into lust. Because you'll start to understand, okay, her personality doesn't match with mine. I only liked her because of her assets. Alright? And that's, if you're a young man looking for a wife, that's what you have to do. Women, you can do this too, because I know there's people like me out here. How can you resist me? No, I'm joking. But that's what you have to do. That's what you have to do in the end. You need to strip them down, have a blank canvas, and look at them from the personality standpoint. Like, okay, does this girl match up with me? And yes, obviously does got to be some attraction there. Like, you do have to kind of be attracted to her, right? But this prevents you from being blindly attached to them. Or, like, blinded by lust. Because there have been times, and every man has gone through this, where they pick the woman just because of their looks, and then they're stressing out at their bed at 2 a.m. because she hasn't texted back, or she's at some guy's house, or whatever. Alright, and I want you to prevent you guys from falling into this, because it sucks. It sucks at the end of the day, and yeah, lust is not a good thing. It's the devil's favorite toy. He likes to play around with it, and I want to prevent you guys from it. So if you did find this video valuable and you do want to work one-on-one with me and help you grow in your relationship with Christ, my Instagram is chris.flanagan_. I'm doing a 6-week mentorship. I'm just doing the trial run, so it's cheaper than ever. But yeah, lock in with me, lock in with God. I'm praying for each and every single one of you. Hope you enjoyed.